Okay. Still working on some setting things here, guys. Because I'm trying to get my camera working. It is not right now. Let's see. See. Yeah, it's just not getting anything. Okay. Let's... Not sure why my camera isn't working, but it is not. Oh well. Oh well, oh well. Alright. Hopefully I've got functioning sound. Do let me know. Otherwise I'm gonna get going here in just a moment. Ooh, I should get on the scrap maker, get a better gold gearbox. Okay, so with good sound, we are going to start up from my last checkpoint, which if I'm correct, would have been the start of chapter 12 in the courtyard. I might be wrong, we might be looking at extinction, but I'm pretty sure I was in ambushed. So let's find out. If I'm playing as Grimlock, I'm gonna enjoy myself so much. Yep, survived the ambush. Haha!
Let's see what we got. He got away. He got away.
Since I've clearly got a second visitor, I do in fact have another watcher. My favorite weapon in this game, by far, is the riot cannon. So no matter who I'm playing, I'm pretty much using the riot cannon if I have the chance.
Let's see what we got. Got another one. He got away.
So we are now dealing with an ambush of Decepticon forces. I'm not sure if ambush is really the right... Even in context, I'm not sure ambush is the right answer. I kind of broke in here and destroyed a bunch of their shit. I'm not sure, you know, this could be considered an ambush. As this is the exit.
He got away.
is a fairly good favorite weapon. I mean, really, your favorite weapon has to be designed around your playstyle. Just as a running gunner, I really prefer this that playstyle. Okay. Okay. That is perfectly fine.
Not a samurai decision, but you get the job done.
It's a little weird, because some of the control things I get used to having I don't have here. Yeah, I'm highly enjoying this. If you haven't figured that out, in Dino mode, he is not in Dino mode, he does not have the mobility options I normally expect. Okay. So there's something they want me to do over here.
Destroy the beast. Bring him down. Compliance. Enemy assessment insignificant. Design flaws apparent. Irrational appendage proportions. Prepare for extinction.
Alright. Taking that guy on in melee, not the best strategy. This is okay. I have to figure these things out, you know? Hey, I have 3 viewers. It's a new record. Welcome, viewers. You just missed me getting my ass kicked by Grimlock. Oh, and I lost a viewer. Oh well. As Grimlock, I should say. Okay. No, Grimlock does not even have a gun. Grimlock does not need a gun. Hello!
But you get the job done.
And now I've got flamethrower power, and I mean, Grimlock does have this flamethrower. I think it's about equivalent to a gun. I mean, come on. I am spewing fire of just, oh. I do love how I started saying that just before your comment came up. Oh yeah, you should definitely know that.
Design flaws apparent. Irrational appendage proportions. Prepare for extinction.
We're taking losses!
Exactly. There is actually a slight delay between what's actually happening on my end and what you're seeing. And so I'm reacting to the comments as they show up on the display on my screen. I need to jump, so I need to switch forms. Apparently not. Oh, no, you are not going to get any conflicts for me on that. It did kind of develop that weird thing where it's like, you know, I'm this big giant dinosaur, I cannot step up this ledge.
Sorry, Optimus.
Kind of the, you know,
Lockdown got away.
the Dalek being defeated by stairs kind of thing. So, all right. Now it is this is now chapter 13 of 14, if I'm correct. Which will start off with Grimlock.
The humans have long suspected that they would bring about their own demise. Today, we will prove that suspicion well-founded.
Sir, the Autobots have entered the city.
Occupy them.
To be honest, I did use the charge forward feature
Stand firm, Autobots. We
in
must
Dino
give the
form,
humans more
and I was
time
able to cover
evacuate.
a couple ground
Grimlock,
obstacles.
Clear a path.
The rampage.
Thank you, my friend.
Oh no, it does. It's in the earlier segments. You play as Shockwave and Soundwave several times, as well as an Insecticon early on. Chapter 2 through 6 are all Decepticons trying to get, as they try to get the, Dark Spark. But once you're,
We're taking losses!
I think that's the wrong button.
Let's see what we got!
It's been a while. I don't blame ya. There is a lot more Autobot in this game, though. Which again goes back to the story of how it feels like early in the game it was designed to be a fall of, another Fall of Cybertron game, but then it got built as a movie tie-in later on, and that kind of plays into it where you now have. It feels like you could have had more.
Continue on this way.
That's an interesting question. I don't think brightness. I forgot to turn on that setting. I normally would turn on that setting.
Drift, Bumblebee, I'm on my way to your position.
We're ready for you, Optimus.
Let's see what we got.
Yeah. I don't think I turned it on. I don't think I thought to turn it on when I was running when I started this game, the new version of this game up.
Grimlock, there are energon surges emanating from further within the city. Lockdown must be there.
Let's see what we got.
Ah, yeah.
Grenade downrange. Nailed it. Another one down.
So it's so as a very interesting note, so in previous games, the robot forms were pretty much all about mobility. In this one, I've actually found that while they have the higher movement speeds, but they're not quite as dexterous to control, except of course the jets. But I find their big advantage actually isn't in mobility, but the fact that their weapons are actually far more devastating. And yes, I'm glad to hear that you are able to watch with sound. Okay, so maybe if I switch back. No. There it goes. There it triggers.
Scans indicate the energon
I will say that as a child, Grimlock was my favorite.
under the city center.
Battle our way there.
The appearance of Grimlock in the most recent Bay movie, In the Last Night, Grimlock showing up was actually made me so happy because he showed up again, and he showed up in a quite entertaining fashion. I just love the character. Wait. Okay, nice, nice. Yes, they borrowed a lot, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I know G1 Grimlock best. I know G1 best.
Nothing you would have done.
I loved.
Pressing forward.
There was actually an episode where nice. It's worth it. There is a episode, actually a series of episodes, where Grimlock actually gains intelligence at one point. Because, you know, the Autobots are pissed off because he was stupid and did something. And so he ran into the bowels of, I think they were working on Cybertron, and he ran into the bowels of it, and he bit something and became intelligent because, you know, 80s cartoon. And then ended up creating Computron, I think is what it was called. A whole combiner set to save them near the end of the series, giving up his intelligence.
The transmitters are enabled lockdown to coordinate his forces.
He gave up his intelligence to power Computron.
This entrance open. Sheriff, keep those mercenaries busy. Sword and shield, Optimus.
He got away! Let's see what we got!
It was a very interesting sequence.
Got another one! Grenade downrange! Let's see what we got!
God, they're everywhere.
Let's see what we got!
Burn!
Away! He got away! Let's see what we got! Another newbie! Time to teach a lesson! Let's see what we got! He got away!
Cartoon logic is definitely sometimes a win. The problem is it definitely sometimes isn't. God damn it.
Got another one!
Yeah, you know, Fall of Cybertron's Grimlock was very good.
He got away!
Fall of Cybertron's Grimlock stage was a lot of fun. I was not disappointed. There was nothing about Fall of Cybertron that disappointed me, except the fact that there wasn't more Fall of Cybertron. The only thing that frustrates me right now about Fall of Cybertron is it was only released digitally for the PS4, and well, Activision lost all the licenses to Transformers content, so I can't get it for the PS4, which means I'd need to re-get a PS3, which, I mean, yes, I want to do, but somebody's dealing with physical media. I don't deal with physical media anymore. Except Transformers Devastation, because I've got that, so I can play that soon, too.
Drift hold them back while we secure an entrance. It is an honor to fight by your side, Grimlock.
I will probably play it. I can definitely stream it like I'm doing it now. It was a... the game, obviously, you know, the games are,
We're taking losses!
I have other things that I'm kind of prioritizing at the moment, only because, come on. Well, I screwed that one up. I think in this case I have to be more aggressive. That'll be my plan. Yeah, well, Kingdom Hearts comes out next year, and I've got like 3 Kingdom Hearts games to play.
Drift hold them back while we secure an entrance.
It's possible to stream like I'm doing. I mean, not specifically like I'm doing, but it is possible to do that kind of stuff with the PS3. The PS4 just makes it easier because it's natively done. You have to record your gameplay. Freaking bastard.
Optimus and Bumblebee need more time.
Running out to meet him backfired. Backfired hard. Yeah. I mean, in theory, you could do a lot of stuff to live stream. It just wasn't something that was easy to do in the PS3 era. The PS4 built it natively into it, so I just press a couple buttons and it's done. I will get this. It might just take a couple times.
Secure an entrance. It is an honor to fight by your side, Grimlock.
Another one down.
So, Ritz, just don't feel too bad. This PS4, I literally won in a contest.
Another one down.
I actually wish I hadn't gotten rid of my PS2. They're actually making some upscalers which make it possible to... they're actually making some upscalers which make it which you know will display the standard def content, non-widescreen standard def content in a content properly on your widescreen, so it doesn't look like complete and utter ass. It was it was actually a Taco Bell promotion.
Got another one.
I'll look at where we're selling them. I mean, you search online for a upscaler, you can find it, but because it is something that I've used, so woot! Pulled it off. No, actually, I agree with you. I have a whole collection of PS2 games I would love to play. But you can't get it to display right because of, you can search for things, you know, PS2 upscaler that'll give you the right stuff, but, I'll see if I can find a brand to reference to you, because it's, they can be very useful to actually get, it to display on an HD screen.
Drift, we're through. It's time to go. Grimlock can't hold them all off. I will stay with them to buy you time.
Drift, no one can change their past. But know that your future is secure as a noble Autobot.
Thank you, Optimus. Now let's ensure we have a future by stopping lockdown.
I'm considering switching his weapon. I like the Path Blaster, but no. Oh, right. I have gearbox. I have a fuck ton of gearboxes. Air raid. Yeah, he did. Oh. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm getting. I'm just trying to get these all clear. I'll get some weapon upgrades somewhere in this. I might even get a weapon upgrade I care about. Ooh, that was the riot cannon weapon upgrade I caught in a flashing by. So this is already worth it. Agreed, which is why I might even get some that matter. And unfortunately, I've fully upgraded most of the weapons I actually use. Alright. So, subsonic repeaters got some stuff. Path Blaster. Riot Cannon. Okay, what do I get? Speeds up reload time. That's increase ammo, increase what? No. Speeds up reload time. That's gonna be my key thing. Ugh, I want the Planet Buster. I don't know what it does, but I want it. Alright, I need to actually select that I want to use the Riot Cannon. Now, heavy weapons. Let's upgrade. Right? Colby, give me a second. Dog is whining, and that's never a good idea. Never a good sign. The best heavy weapon I've encountered so far. The thermal rocket cannon. Hey, you okay, doggy? You okay? Come on over here, doggy. Alright, so Dragon, you'll love this one. You'll see in the weapon upgrades listed there for the thermal rocket cannon is the Poke Beta. I don't know if they had it in Fall of Cybertron, but in here, that is in fact the increased melee damage mod. And I'm not sure what all of that meant, Dragon. You seem to be asking a question. I'm not sure what question you asked. Alright. So.
At last. What is the purpose of all this lockdown? What profit is there to be had from wanton destruction?
How else would I get all of your attention?
Oh no, I don't need to dog walk. He was just whining a little bit. I walked him before I started the stream. I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to get interrupted by a dog demanding walks. He just wanted to go onto the balcony and stare. He'll probably start barking soon, and I'm going to have to bring him in, and put him on timeout. Well, I mean, I don't think we're talking exactly financially. Yeah. Lockdown does just tend to run a series of gambits that all just mean he wins. Yeah.
Another newbie. Time to teach a lesson.
Well, you know, anyone who's working for crazies who drill holes in their skin to let in God, they're whoever's working for them is gonna lose. I think that's pretty much universal. I don't know. I'm not sure Xanatos, if he was working for one of those, could get out of it. Okay.
Got another one. We're taking losses. Another one down. He got away.
They all are rockets flying through.
Nails. Another one down. Let's see what we got.
It's a trope. The Xanatos Gambit is the Gambit where it doesn't matter. Unlike the Batman Gambit, which is you're so hyper prepared that you know how the person's going to react, and so you've planned for their reaction. The Xanatos Gambit, it doesn't matter how they react. Either way, you win. It's a trope. I apologize. Especially when you get into the Gambit tropes. When you get into the Gambit tropes, it just gets bad, because then you're just like, there's all the different variants. I admit to having lost entire work days to you know, on my break, accidentally pulling up TV tropes.
Let's see what we got. They're tougher than I thought. Let's see what we got.
Yeah. And then there are, of course, there are variants on also Batman gambits. When you start getting into the weeds of hyper gambit users, it just starts to get really ridiculous. I mean... Sorry, B.
Got away!
So, am I the only one that was really weirded out how Bumblebee kind of just became the... Like, after they failed to make Bumblebee a huge... Or at least it seemed like to me, in G1, Bumblebee didn't manage to become the, like, super kid bot. Like, the way he just kind of absolutely Bumblebee after the Babe movies just seemed to be everywhere. And it actually kind of was like, really? Does everything have to be Bumblebee? But, I mean, I guess that's how what was that discussion about?
Drift, what transpires
It's like,
above?
he's an okay character, but there are other characters you could really
We
work
are
with.
glad to have you with us again.
Thank you, Optimus. It's good to be back.
If you want to do that kind of thing, I mean, they've had other characters that have done the. Oh, he didn't. I don't know. No, he's a reasonable choice. I understand it. I just was like, I never saw Bumblebee as the super kids, you know, the kid avatar choice. The plucky young robot who was introduced after the movie, you know, in the seasons after the movie. You know, he wasn't a cool bot.
If I could.
So, honestly, the first one I was able to spend a lot of time with was Beast Wars.
Another one down!
I watched most of Beast Wars before I saw Transformers the movie. Which meant I was horribly fucking confused at that scene in Transformers the movie. Instead of horribly fucking confused at that scene in Beast Wars.
Let's see what we can.
Surely that's all of them.
Lockdown likely saved his personal guard to defend himself and the Darkspark.
But I watched his introduction, and he was a
Prepare
VW
yourselves,
bug.
Through this
He
door,
wasn't a
lockdown,
cool
the
bot.
Darkspark awake.
He was a childish bot who was there, you know, who was kind of supposed to be, who was teaming to a degree with the younger Witwicky. Yes, I'm well aware. You do not know how hard I worked to keep up with that show. I eventually had to pirate the last season. Years after it came out. Yeah, it was... It was a mess. It was really interesting. It spent a lot of time. It was very philosophical. I highly enjoyed it. I also enjoyed Beast Machines, the semi-follow-up.
Is that a space bridge?
I mean, the
You
direct
think so,
sequel run by
It's
a
a
different
time bridge.
run by a different animation company and a different animation style on a different channel. But yes, I loved all of them. I loved the way the characters developed and changed over the series.
He got away!
Control yourselves, Phyllis.
They're taking losses! Another one down!
You know, the thing is it was unlike unlike Robots in Disguise, it was actually a sequel. No, the thing is it was very tied into the plot, and not in a bad way. It actually it was in it didn't contradict the plot of Beast Wars, like it was a very different series, and it took a lot of it took a lot of the questions of self. Yeah, the thing is it went deeper into the philosophical aspects that kind of were low key in Beast Wars, and took them into a far. I mean, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong in that respect. I don't think Hasbro is the problem with... Hasbro's the problem with D&D only in that it means they're operating the entire thing with some serious... Hasbro continues to have a toy mindset. It's kind of the problem Nintendo has with some of the products it produces. They're all about the exclusivity of the physical product and not really thinking about the larger customer experience. Hasbro is unwilling to accept a small amount of piracy for customer convenience. Basically, it wants to be the ye old store instead of the modern grocery store, and that's a problem. You need to go digital with that stuff. Increases rate of fire, increases ammo. I gotta increase ammo. Hasbro, and so yeah, I definitely am not a fan of Hasbro, but I think Beast Machines wasn't a bad thing.
Is that a space bridge? You think so small. Time bridge.
Yeah.
The Dark Spark has granted me the ability to manipulate space-time. But if I am to reach far enough back in time to retrieve the Decepticons, I needed an amplifier, which you failed to stop me retrieving from the jungle.
Won't hurt any more Autobots.
We're taking losses!
So the worst part about doing this is I've actually just missed twice now the actual plot of what Lockdown is trying to do.
Another newbie. Time to teach a lesson.
Oh God! Don't start me with how Hasbro screwed up, which was what was a halfway decent product, and they just ruined it. No, Fourth Ed was not awful. a lot of people I know who hated 4th Ed loved 4th Ed when you changed the name.
We have to destroy the energy stabilizers while they're exposed.
He got away!
4th Ed was a problem because they sold us on a bunch of stuff that Hasbro then shut down and didn't allow us to have. Decided it wasn't, you know, they didn't have the financial business case for it or whatever.
Fly true.
Agreed. If it's not zombies, it's time travel.
You don't learn, do you? I never understood why Megatron put such a high price on you, Prime.
They locked
Once you
everything
and
that
Megatron
would have
were
made
evenly
that game.
matched, neither able to gain purchase and overtake the other. Perfect
It was
poised conflicts such as those are rare indeed, and they breed boundless opportunities
Yes.
for bounty hunters like me. I used to be very well paid. I want to be well paid again.
You want to go back? Back to the heart of the war? Never!
Oh, I don't want to go back. You think too small. I'm going to bring the war to the present so that it can continue endlessly again.
You would bring back the Decepticons? Thrust us into another million years of civil war and turn this planet to ash. All
I
for
mean,
profit.
he's trying to bring
Without
back
hesitation.
Megatron. I mean, with what he's doing, he's going to get time travel zombies. So, I think the answer there is yes. Alright. I'm gonna admit it. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do to actually win this one. Because shooting him doesn't seem to be having an effect.
The Dark Spark renders such weapons useless against me.
Ouch. Let's try this again. Apparently I need to melee him.
You don't learn, do you? I never understood why Megatron put such a high price on you, Prime. Once you and Megatron were evenly matched, neither able to gain purchase and overtake the other. Perfectly poised conflicts such as those are rare indeed, and they breed boundless opportunities for bounty hunters like me. I used to be very well paid. I want to be well paid again.
You want to go back? Back to the heart of the war? Never!
Oh, I don't want to go back. You think too small. I'm going to bring the war to the present so that it can continue endlessly again.
You would bring back the Decepticons?
I mean, admittedly, I don't have
Thrust us
bullets.
into
I
another
have,
million years of civil war and turn this planet to ash. All for profit?
Without hesitation.
I don't have bullets. I have, you know, bolts of plasma energy. Yeah, that was our big rant yesterday about how this should have been a line. So, this game is clearly written as a War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron game, and clearly the Darkspark has all the themes of the Unicron blood that shows up in the Prime series. So this clearly should have occupied that same landscape, but it doesn't. Instead, instead of occupying that universe,
But I am not Megatron. Dictatorship doesn't exist.
it
However, your interference has cost me a great deal, Optimus. For this I shall have recompense. Hence, why I will deliver you to Megatron.
exactly, and it's referencing all those events.
So the war may continue.
But this is very clearly Bayverse art style, and other elements indicate Bayverse. This is designed to tie into the film, or into the film series, probably because of when this came out. I'm gonna bet the timing of this game came out right around. And so it kind of occupies this, yeah, but it's just, oh, fuck. It's problematic from a, just from a player standpoint. Exactly, because Lockdown was, and that's where Lockdown showed up with this design, showed up in the movies.
Once you and Megatron were evenly matched,
As well as Drift.
neither able to gain purchase
And
overtake
it's just
the other.
annoying.
Perfectly poised conflicts such as those are rare indeed, and they breed boundless opportunities for bounty hunters like me. I used to be very
Exactly.
I want to be well paid again.
You want to go back? Back to the heart of the...
Oh, I don't want to go back. You think too small. I'm going to bring the war to the present so that it can continue endlessly again.
You would bring back the Decepticons? Thrust us into another million years of civil war and turn this planet to ash. All for profit?
Without hesitation. But I am not Megatron. Dictatorship doesn't interest me. However, your interference has cost me a great deal, Optimus. For this I shall have recompense. Hence, why I delivered you here. I will deliver you to Megatron myself, after secreting away the matrix of leadership, so the war may continue. Yes, Megatron's payment for you will settle our dice. The Darkspark renders such weapons useless against me. Let the darkness envelop me, Optimus. There's no use in resisting.
I am never in darkness. I have light within me.
There's an entire galaxy out there. Find another employer.
You will be my finest trophy, Prime.
I will be no one's trophy.
I do not know what just fucking happened there,
We're not done,
but it
Prime.
worked.
Face me.
And like the dark spark there clearly even looks like a shard of the Unicron blood as it appeared in Prime. Just to continue to add to that fuel.
This isn't over!
We need to clear the unstable zone. Autobots, roll out!
And it makes zombies just like the blood of Unicron.
The past in order to control the future. But the only future to master
Again, this
is
game
one's
started off
own.
as a Prime tie-in,
Humans
which is
understand
why
this.
Prime at the
Yet
same
they also
time
understand
was referencing
that
War
the
and Fall
past
for
is the
Cybertron,
genesis of all things,
and then,
must be afforded
you know,
proper
money.
deference. I thought this day would never come.
Well, that is the end to Rise of the Dark Spark. I hope you all enjoyed my playthrough. Yep, obvious sequel setup that doesn't happen is obvious, just like the obvious Last Night sequel setup is apparently not going to happen. Like, there's some people saying that it's supposed to be, like, it's supposed to go on without Bay. There are other people who say that it's going to be rebooted because there's not any Bay isn't on it, but I'm sorry, it looked like they had a really good Prime-esque Unicron mission to destroy Unicron kind of thing that needed to happen, so I'm gonna now, I don't know, I'll probably move back to Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts needs to happen, but probably sometime after, I know Dragon's got a vacation she's doing, so probably sometime after Dragon's vacation, I will schedule some times for Transformers Devastation, so we can see that, game. I'll play through that from the beginning for everyone's enjoyment. And otherwise, that happened at just about the same time. I love it. Okay. So yeah. I'll see you guys next time. And I stop this by there.